Can you imagine if you walked into your neighbor's garage and you saw your lawnmower? Dude, can I have this back? Oh yeah, man, I meant to tell you about that. No. What do you mean? No, dude, that's mine. Nah, dude, that was yours. No, dude, that is mine. This is my garage. This is my lawnmower. It's mine. And no, you can't have it. And you walk into his dining room and you see your furniture. Dude, this is mine. No, man, this is my house. That's my furniture. You see the picture. How dare we go to God with anything and then demand Him to bless us in our thing that was intended for Him? It's amazing that when we give God our first thoughts, we want to give Him fully. We want to give Him, as we said, we want to give Him firstly. We want to give Him, what else did we say? Fully. We want to give faithfully, right? We want to give fervently. Now, when we give Him of our thought life, we're talking about loving the Lord with all your heart, all your soul, and the last thing He says is all your might. And I want you to see that word literally means exceedingly, much, might, force, abundance, muchness. I like words like that. You don't use words like that. It's muchness. Exceedingly, to a great degree. That's how you love the Lord. Wow. So if we take what Deuteronomy is telling us and we see how we give, let me paint the picture. We wake up in the morning, what do you think? Oh my God, he snored all night. Oh, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I don't even know why you allowed me to live today, but let me tell you, Lord, I will give it to you. I suggest to you that if you pray to the Lord before your feet ever hit the ground, you're starting the day off right. You ever made bad decisions in your life? Growing up, it never failed. Something that seems like such a good idea falls apart so quickly. Look, dude, I'm going to get a towel. I'm going to be Superman. We'll get up on the roof and we'll fly from the roof to the tree. Great idea. Just doesn't work. And then they're standing over you, your dad's looking over you, saying, what were you thinking? Thank you. Your thinking is what leads you to God or away from God. But when you give to God, as you're supposed to, your heart, your soul, your mind, in the beginning, you give firstly. You know what? You wake up on the right side of the bed. It's funny because we use that term, right? Oh, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Ah, dude, he's just grouchy, been like that, gonna stay like that unless the Lord changes his life. Why? You're thinking. What are you thinking about? There were some of us that when we lived our lives, we lived it in rebellion to God. But He changed us, right? And it's amazing. I want to make sure that we stay on time, but I want to read a few things that need to be read. As we look at Matthew, take a look at what Jesus says. And as we talk about how the Lord changes your mind and your thinking changes, you know, there was a time when you ran to sin and you ran from God. And when you get saved, you run to God and you run from sin. You're still running, you're just running in different directions. You have a different Lord, a different purpose, a different reason. You have a different way of thinking and a good reason why. Now you serve the King Almighty. You realize that He's the one that gave to you. Now you simply give to Him what is His. It's logical and reasonable to give to the owner that which is His, right? 15:7 says this. You hypocrites, He's talking to the Pharisees and the scribes. He says, rightly did Isaiah, which we read earlier, prophesied of you. This people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far away from me. But in vain they worship me. I want you to realize that they worship in vain. They worship in vain. Does that scare anybody? You know we're totally capable of worshiping God in vain. He says, but in vain they do worship me, teaching as doctrines the precepts of men. And it says, after Jesus called a crowd to Him, He said to them, hear and understand. The Lord has allowed you to understand, to see certain things. And he says, this is what I want you to hear and understand. It is not what enters into the mouth that defiles the man, but what proceeds out of the mouth that defiles the man. When the disciples came and said to him, do you know that the Pharisees were offended when they heard this statement? But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father did not plant shall be uprooted. Let them alone. They are blind guides of the blind. And if a blind man guides a blind man, both will fall into a pit. Peter said to him, explain the parable to us. And Jesus said, are you still lacking in understanding also? Poor Peter, always got the... Do you not understand that everything that goes into the mouth passes into the stomach and is eliminated? But the things that proceed out of the mouth come from the heart. The heart. You remember the thing that we're supposed to give to the Lord fully, completely? But the things that proceed out of the mouth come from the heart, and those defile the man. For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornication, thefts, false witness, slanders. These are the things which defile the man. But to eat with unwashed hands does not defile the man.